Hey guys, I'm Eric Peterson and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for skillofattraction.com. And today's attraction tips video is called 13 Signs She's Stringing You Along. Now it can be really confusing when a woman is stringing you along, but it happens all the time. She makes you believe that something is going to happen soon between the two of you, but it never does. And this is one of the many forms of manipulation. Now, for those of you who don't understand what the term stringing you along means, it simply means that a woman who is making it seem like you're close to a relationship or sex with her, or that you will be soon, if you just keep waiting a little longer or if you do certain things for her. Basically, she's dangling the carrot in front of your face, but pulling it away as soon as you get close. You may be thinking, why doesn't the guy just walk away? Well, that's exactly what he should do. But when you're emotionally invested and have created a fantasy of this girl, walking away is easier said than done. Plus, a woman stringing you along will often imply that a relationship, sex, or whatever is right around the corner. But that corner is endless. So it's easy to walk away if you just met the girl, but if you've spent a lot of time with her, or maybe you were even in a relationship with her, but things changed, it can be very difficult to just walk away. Now, something like this happened to me once. We had been dating for close to 2 years. We were in a relationship and it had a future. But at some point, there was a significant change in her life and everything changed between us. Now, she still told me how much she loved me, but everything else was different. So naturally, I thought I just have to give her some time and be patient. After all, I was completely in love with this girl, and I figured it was just a matter of time. I wasn't going to pressure her. With all the struggles, it started to hit me. She wasn't invested anymore. I was trying to take the lead, but she wasn't following. I tried to get some answers out of her, but she always changed the subject or gave me a bunch of excuses. However, she always gave me the idea that if I was just a little bit more patient, the relationship that we had, the relationship that I wanted, which was absolutely amazing, that it would be back. But in reality, it was moving further away. When I'd end the relationship, when I'd walk away, she would just come chasing after me, telling me how much she loved me and how she needed me and how she couldn't be without me in her life. And she would all of a sudden be really invested. So I would take her back, and lo and behold, a week or two later, we were right back to where we started, in the exact situation that I just walked away from. It started to slowly hit me. She was stringing me along because she wanted my attention and validation. It made her feel good about herself. It made her feel beautiful and desired. But I got absolutely nothing out of it. And when I would mention this, she would just shame me, saying that I only wanted her for sex or that I was just being selfish. But it was obvious. She was stringing me along. Like I always say, pay more attention to her actions and less attention to her words. Her actions will tell you everything that you need to know. So in this attraction tips video, I'm going to be discussing the 13 most common signs that a woman is stringing you along, why you're falling for it, and what you could do to stop it. And if you continue going along with this, it will eventually turn into resentment towards her and anger towards yourself for continuing to fall for it. But if you guys need my personal help and you're interested in some private coaching, please head over to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the coaching tab, and there you'll see that I have several options for you to choose from. I offer standard email coaching as well as emergency email coaching, which includes a response from me on weekends and holidays. And I also offer both biweekly and monthly email coaching where I'll work with you throughout that time period. Additionally, I offer phone coaching for my North American clients. Now, if you live outside North America, I will have some sort of phone, Skype coaching option sometime in the future. Just got to hang in there. But for right now, email coaching is the way to go. And I'll post the links to both my contact page and my coaching page in the description down below. So let's just jump right into this. And this is in no particular order. So if you notice just one or two of these signs, it's possible that she's not stringing you along. I mean, something is going on there, but not necessarily stringing you along. But the more and more of these signs that you notice in your relationship, the more likely it is that she's just playing you. So number one, she's usually unavailable for dates. Now, anytime you try to arrange a date, she just gives you excuses, or she agrees to go on a date, but flakes at the last minute. Occasionally, she may agree to go out with you, but it's under the condition that other people, namely her girlfriends, are there as well. Do not agree to these group dates or get-togethers unless she's also making private dates with you as well, where you actually go out and are not just hanging out at your place or her place. Now, if you do go out with her and her girlfriends, this is not a date. There will be no romance. There will certainly be no sex. She's basically just placating you. Number two, she doesn't like labels. This basically is just means that she will not label the relationship between the two of you. She will not call it a relationship. She will not call you her boyfriend. She will not call herself your girlfriend. The most you'll get out of this is, we're friends. Now, it's true that you should never try to get any woman to put a label on it, no matter if she's stringing you along or if you're actually dating her. You don't want to be relationship focused. That's her job. However, if you've had something with her for a while now, she should naturally be putting a label on it. Number three, she says the timing just isn't right. This is when she says that she's not interested in a relationship right now, or maybe it's because she's focusing on herself. She's not ready yet. She wants to finish school first, or she's just too busy at work, or whatever other excuses she could come up with. The truth is, if she really liked you or loved you, she wouldn't want to risk losing you. She wouldn't risk another girl coming along and snatching you up. Women know a good, high-value man is difficult to find, and she wouldn't want to risk losing a catch like yourself. In other words, she wouldn't be giving you all these excuses on why she can't be in a relationship with you. Number four, she keeps you or your relationship a secret. If she's not bragging about you to her girlfriends and family, she doesn't think of you all that highly. It's one thing if you've only been out on a couple dates, but a woman who feels a high level of attraction and love for you, she wants the world to know that she's found a catch and she's in love. Keeping you or your relationship a secret, not only is it disrespectful, but it means she sees you as low value and doesn't want to hurt your feelings by letting you down easy. Number five, she talks about future plans, but you're not in them. Now, if she's talking about all these things that she has planned for the future and your name isn't popping up, it's because she doesn't see you in her future. Now, I'm not talking about her plans for the next week. I'm talking about her plans for the next few years or her plans for life. A woman who's in love with you is fantasizing about a life with you. Number six, she avoids serious topics when you're looking for answers. Now, once you begin to catch on that she may be stringing you along, you're most likely going to start asking questions, trying to figure out where exactly you stand, if it's not obvious already. In return, she will change the subject or just straight up ignore your questions. She's getting all your love, attention, and validation for free. She doesn't have to give anything for it. So why would she ruin a good thing? Now, when I went through this, she would always change the subject to something sexual to distract me, but I wasn't falling for it. Number seven, she's only invested when. Now, you notice that she's not all that invested in you in most cases and treats you like a low priority. But all that changes when she realizes that she's losing you. It's the only time she'll fight to keep you. She may also be invested heavily when she needs something from you, like a favor or something, or if she notices another woman stealing your attention away. All the rest of the time, it's almost like she doesn't care at all. Number eight, she gives you a false sense of progress. Now, there will be times when she'll tell you, or at least imply, that things are moving forward between the two of you. That if you're just a little bit more patient, if you're a good boy, she will be yours soon. Of course, this encourages you to try a little harder and not to give up hope. But her being yours will never come. Number 9, she lets you make things work. Now, she's not going to stop you from trying to make things work, but you'll find yourself working very hard and more or less chasing your own tail, because whatever you do, no matter how hard you try, no matter how good you are to her, it's never enough. But she'll at least be appreciative of all of your hard work, right? No. It will go mostly unnoticed, and it certainly will not be appreciated. She's basically taking you for granted. Number 10, she lets you buy her gifts, but never reciprocates. Now, you may buy her cute or expensive gifts, or take her out to nice restaurants, or trips to exotic places, all to show her how much she means to you. But she rarely, if ever, reciprocates on any level. Now, a girl who's really into you will often be the one buying you gifts. Not necessarily expensive gifts or taking you on crazy trips, but I'm talking about cute or practical gifts that let you know that you're on her mind and that you're loved. Number 11, she will mention possibilities. Now, in this case, she might talk about what could happen in the future, like suggesting that you two can finally go out on a date together, but she will never commit to it. She may suggest that doing something like the two of you go away for a weekend, but when you bring it up again, she'll just brush it off like it didn't really mean anything. It was just talk. She may even make you feel small for thinking she was being for real. You silly boy, you didn't actually think I was being serious, did you? Yeah, why wouldn't I? Number 12, people straight up tell you that she's stringing you along. Now, if the people closest to you are noticing it, especially if it's more than just one friend or family member, then it's probably true. And don't fall into that line of thinking that they just don't understand your relationship, or that they don't know her like you do. Really, what's happening is they're just looking out for you, and they're tired of seeing you hurt. Take what they're saying seriously, or at the very least start taking a closer look at her actions. Number 13, and the final one, you could feel it in your gut. Now, this is probably the most obvious sign that she's stringing you along. You could sense it. And we often ignore what our intuition is telling us, especially if all these other signs aren't completely jumping out at you. But your gut knows. Don't ignore it, because eventually the universe is just going to end up slapping you in the face with it, and by that time it's not going to be a pretty realization. Let's say, as an example, you might find out that she's been sleeping with or dating someone else behind your back while she's telling you that she's not ready for that, or that she's not interested in any other guys. That's going to sting. So listen to your gut. Now, how do men get themselves into these sorts of situations? Well, it's mostly due to the fantasy of her and your relationship that you created in your mind. You end up telling yourself something similar to what she's telling you. If I'm just a little bit more patient. Well, patience is certainly important when it comes to relationships. But you must look at the whole picture. Is she giving you anything? Is she investing in you? Is she showing you, let's say, any physical affection? If she's showing you most or all of these 13 signs I just rattled off, then she's probably not showing you physical affection or investing in you on any level, which means her words are pretty much meaningless, and she doesn't care about you anywhere near the way that she should. So what do you do here? Now, I talked a bit about this in my videos. Don't allow yourself to be kept in limbo, and another video, getting your needs met with women. Oh, and I believe also in the video, when your girl stops putting in the effort. You first need to talk to her just in case she is getting a little complacent in the relationship. Can't talk. A lot of people feel that their partner can read their minds and that they should know how you feel. And in most cases, they don't know what's going on. And if she did just get a little complacent, then she probably isn't aware of her complacency. So talk to her. But do not ask her for her time, her attention, her love, or even sex, because that communicates need, and women don't like needy men. It's just a huge turnoff for them. So instead, tell her that you adore her, but you don't like how things have been going lately, and something is going to need to change because this just isn't going to work for you. Now, if she does truly love you and want to be in a relationship with you, she's going to begin to change things because she doesn't want to risk losing you. I mean, just give her a little time to rectify, but also give yourself a little time to see if it sticks, if she does change, because sometimes she will change temporarily in order to appease you, but then go right back to the same behavior after a couple of weeks. Now, if she doesn't change, or she gets defensive when you speak to her about this, or makes excuses again, then you're just not that important to her, unfortunately. Again, her actions will tell you everything. Just don't believe her excuses. If she really likes you or truly loves you, you probably wouldn't be going through this in the first place. But if she truly did just get a little complacent, she will be rushing to fix this because, again, she doesn't want to risk losing you. Now, if she's not changing after this, or only changes temporarily, or continues with the same old BS, it's time for you to muster up the self-respect and walk away from this. A woman stringing you along is not a kind, loving woman by any means. If she were, she'd be straight with you and tell you that she just doesn't feel the same way about you, rather than letting you believe there's hope or a future of any kind. I mean, basically, she's using you. And if you stay, especially after talking to her about this, she'll just lose more respect for you and treat you even worse. Now, is that the kind of relationship that you really want? I mean, if you're getting laid out of this, then just enjoy your friends with benefits situation. I mean, those could be a lot of fun, but just know that it will never go anywhere. In fact, none of this will go anywhere, except in the very rare exception that she just got a little complacent in the relationship. But like I said, that's a rare exception and not the rule. But it's still worth a shot talking to her about it before you pull the trigger and walk away. And guys, please don't put up with this stuff. You'll know when a woman is into you. I mean, you're going to feel it. You will see how much she invests in you and works to keep the relationship alive. It's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows 100% of the time, but most of the time she'll make it known how she feels about you through her actions. And just remember, this girl and the relationship is just a fantasy. There are plenty of women out there that would be happy to have you in their life. You just have to keep dating. It's a numbers game. You're not going to meet the love of your life going out on 1 or 2 dates. So, if you guys have found this video helpful, or any of my videos helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and for you to share it with any of your friends and family. And I would also really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button down below and tick that little bell symbol next to it so you get real-time notifications of when I upload new videos. And in the description down below, not only will I have a link to both my contact page and my coaching page, oh, and I also have a link to some recommended reading of some great books that will really help you further understand how attraction works and understanding the masculine, feminine dynamics in relationships. But I also have a link to PayPal or my Bitcoin wallet if you deem this video worthy of a donation. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.